the ruling All Progressive Congress political candidate, presidential candidate for 2023 elections, Bola Tinubu, has picked another Muslim, former governor of Borno State, Kashim Shettima, to be his running mate in the elections. This, of course, has created loads of talking points across the political space in Nigeria. This morning, we're speaking with Dr. Nemeka Obiariri, who's a political and public affairs analyst. He joins us virtually from Lagos. Good morning, Doc. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
All right, let's start with your reaction. You heard, of course, the announcement of Shettima as APC's vice presidential candidate in 2023. What are your reactions? And what was your first thought when you saw it?
I anticipated it. I knew that Bola Tinubu would do a Muslim ticket, and I will tell you why. It didn't come to me as a surprise. Firstly, there is nothing APC, his party, can tangibly campaign with as far as fundamentals and issues are concerned. What are they coming to tell Nigerians? Is it that they will improve security that is under their command? Or would they say that they will improve an economy that is practically dead under their tutelage? Or would they say that there's nothing that they can campaign with that are issue-based? In fact, if it was issue-based, APC have no right to even field a candidate for any election in 2023 because it's supposed to be dead as a party, dead as dodo. So what he did was deliberately to introduce identity politics, to bring in an issue that will distract Nigerians from facing the core issues. Religion is like the opium to the masses, and of course, unlike in other developed climes like America and the UK, where we have 98%, 99% literacy rate. Literacy not in terms of having degrees or having higher education certificate. Literacy in terms of being able to read, to write, and analytically analyze issues to be able to make informed deductions. They know clearly in Nigeria, the literacy rate in Nigeria, they say is about 52%, but I can tell you that the literacy level in Nigeria is not even up to 2%. That is ability of people's ability to be able to read, write, analyze issues based on facts, and then reach informed decisions. So what they simply did, was just to introduce identity politics, to distract people. And you can see clearly that over the last 1 week, what people have been discussing, I will vote a Muslim, I will not vote a Muslim, I will do Christian, I will not do Christian. But the issue remains. They cannot succeed because we still have 7 months ahead. So for the Labour Party, which is a party that presented us, if you look at the issues, apart from the Labour Party, the presidential candidate of Labour Party, Peter Obi, and the vice president, Tati, who are addressing the issues that has to do with how do we take back the 2 million Nigerians that are in the IDP camp, resettle them back to their homes and ensure security. How do we build up the economy in such a way that will not continue to be a rent-seeking economy, but an economy that can produce and export minimum at least $200 to $300 million worth of goods and services? How do we build up our educational sector? How do we build up our health sector? How do we build up the critical infrastructure that we have in Nigeria? How do we curb the criminal profligacy and corruption in the public sector and reduce cost of governance from the current 120% of our revenues to 40%, so that we release critical funds that are needed to take care of other needs? So these are the issues. The Labour Party candidate, the Labour Party vice presidential candidate, you will see clearly that these guys are addressing the issues. The APC have nothing to campaign with. Under the APC, poverty, the extreme poverty level has grown from 76 million to 100 million in under 7 years. Under the APC, we have 2 million people, Nigerians in IDP camps, when Nigeria is not at war. Under the APC, unemployment and underemployment is at the atrocious level of 55%, 55 million people. Under the APC, our roads, our air, our seaways are death traps. So they have no issues. So what they practically did was to play identity politics to distract Nigeria, and it will not work.
Doc, I want you to quickly also respond to those who say we don't mind, if it's a Muslim ticket. What we are seeking is competence, and we see this competence in these two.
You see, the fact remains that anybody who you see telling you that the Muslim ticket does not matter, or the Christian ticket does not matter. The person is just part of the identity politics of distraction. Let us even look at it from the point of competence. Between Ahmed Shettima and the aged Bola Tinubu, if you put Bola Tinubu and Ahmed Shettima in one bucket, and you put Obi and Dati Ahmed in one bucket, in terms of all the practical indices of good governance, there is no sane and rational person that will pick the bucket of Bola Tinubu and Shettima. And if you come to the Northeast, are they saying that Shettima is the most competent person in APC from the Northeast? Do you know that the current SGF, Boss Mustafa, is from the Northeast? By all indicators, by all parameters, Boss Mustafa towers above Shettima, head and shoulder. But of course, they will not pick him because they are playing the identity politics. They are trying to play on the emotions of the Muslims in the North to say, oh, these are our own. But that is where they failed it. Because the Muslim Ummah and those who are enlightened, I've already started telling them. In fact, I watched a clip by a Muslim cleric in the mosque, and the guy was telling their people that both Bola Tinubu and Atiku are not even true Muslims. The guy took out time to explain why these guys does not represent their religion in terms of practical Islamism. And let me even tell you, under Shettima, that was when the Chibok girls happened. You forgot that Nyesom Wike was the Minister for State for Education, wrote to Shettima telling him, do not conduct election for the Chibok girls in their schools. Do not allow them to be in school because there was credible intelligence report that something will happen. Shettima insisted, and those girls were kidnapped. The same principal of the school that was the principal who disobeyed a letter from the Minister of State for Education was promoted as a commissioner for education under Shettima as a reward for games well played. Now, under Shettima, Boko Haram, if you even listen to Sharif, who was the one that handed over to Shettima, stated it clearly that this man is a Boko Haram agent, a Boko Haram sponsor, and apologist.
Okay, let's steer the conversation away from there and look at the fact that the Muslim ticket is not something that is new or something that has never been introduced in Nigeria. In 1993, during the MKO Abiola time, lots of Nigerians threw themselves very firmly behind the MKO ticket. And this is something that they have advocated as a defense to the criticism against the Muslim ticket. What are your thoughts on this?
MKO Abiola is not Bola Ahmed Tinubu. MKO Abiola was one man, one detribalized nationalist. MKO's remember was 62. There was no part of Nigeria that MKO did not touch. MKO built churches and mosques. MKO donated. MKO, by all parameters, was never a fundamentalist, an extremist, and was never associated with anything that has to do with subjugation of one faith to the other. Anybody comparing MKO Abiola to this present divisive government and APC in power is being uncharitable to the memory of that great man. MKO won across board. MKO defeated Tofa in Kano. MKO took 49% of the votes in the Southeast. MKO cleared the South-South. MKO was a nationalist. MKO was a man with a large heart. MKO was a philanthropist extraordinary. MKO was also a very knowledgeable and energetic man. And MKO had a very clear understanding of what to do to fix Nigeria. And MKO never even played identity politics. MKO political messages was based on issues. Hope 93.
Okay.
And of course, MKO was betrayed by the elitist gangsters across all the zones in Nigeria, including his own from the West.
All right.
I'm afraid we've run out of time, but very quickly, in 20 seconds, there have been projections on how this would eventually play out. We saw some tweets by the president of the Northern Elders Forum, who stated that this will not make a difference in Nigeria's electoral fortune. What do you foresee on how this matter will be resolved?
By May 29th, 2023, all things being equal, without the usual APC election stealing, Peter Obi and Ahmed Dati will be declared the president of Nigeria. Go and market the world. Nigerians are smart.
Okay.
We have 7 months to enlighten the people, to let them. We will not allow them distract us from issue-based election.
All right.
The campaign must be issue-based. APC should not even be on the ballot if we are sane in this country.
Thank you very much, Dr. Nameka Obiari, for sharing your thoughts with us on this conversation. We look forward to having you join us again. And of course, we will be back again on the 29th of May, 2023 to review what the results are.
Thank you very much.
Enjoy the rest of your day.
All right.